Good morning to everyone and welcome to our 2021 60th Assembly District Teacher of the Year virtual ceremony. I am Assemblymember Sabrina Cervantes and I proudly represent California's 60th Assembly District, which does include the cities of Corona, EASTVALE, Jurupa Valley, NORCO, and the city of Riverside. But more importantly, I am very proud to be the daughter of a first grade dual immersion teacher of more than 30 years. Truly, having an educator as a parent has given me the opportunity just to see the work that teachers do, educators do inside and outside of the classroom, the work that definitely does not stop when the bell rings for the day. So you all give me so much time and energy to your students and your families, and we just cannot thank you enough. But we are here today to recognize each of you for the time that you put in and out of the classroom. And so with that, I like to take a moment to recognize each of our 20 honorees today. We honor the hard work, your outstanding efforts, teachers in general. You are change makers in our communities. You go above and beyond to educate and shape our future generations, and it is noticed, and we want to just recognize that today during this virtual ceremony. But you've adapted from virtual classroom learning, these changing environments during COVID. You all continue to support the education realm to ensure the continuity for your students through this unprecedented pandemic. And so with that, I just cannot thank you enough. Your work does not go unnoticed, but this morning we have a wonderful program for you that I hope you will enjoy. Today, we have the distinct honor to be joined by Riverside County Superintendent, Dr. Edwin Gomez. Dr. Edwin Gomez serves as the 13th superintendent of schools here in Riverside County. In his role, he works with the county's 23 school districts and the staff at the Riverside County Office of Education to ensure high quality education that invests in all of our students while developing and sustaining strong collaborative relationships with the community for students for success. So Dr. Gomez began his education career teaching in grades K through 8. He has served as a principal in diverse communities and once led a school out of the program improvement status, resulting in the nomination for a National Blue Ribbon Award. Dr. Gomez, it is so wonderful to have you with us this morning to honor all these remarkable teachers from the 60th Assembly District. If I could have you take it from here.
Thank you so much, Assemblymember Cervantes. Great to see everyone. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Once again, Assemblymember Cervantes, thank you for the invitation to join this morning's Teacher Appreciation event. Let me just begin by saying that I'm truly honored to be part of this recognition ceremony. The power of classroom teachers on the lives of students is well documented and absolutely proven. Teachers are most definitely our heroes and heroines. They are the ones who support students to become the best versions of themselves. And by all means, they're doing the most important work in society. Assemblymember Cervantes mentioned her mother, and I actually, when I was the superintendent out in the Coachella Valley Unified School District, I had the opportunity on many occasions to visit the Assemblymember's mother teaching, and she is truly a phenomenal teacher. And so given the challenges of this last year, the recognition that teachers are receiving, in my opinion, is even more well-deserved. Teachers today face so many more barriers to educating their students than ever before. During my years as a teacher and as a school principal, for example, the word Zoom was limited to something that described how students ran outside in the playground. It was not necessarily a terminology or a platform that defined our work. And when you talked about distance learning, for me, when I was teaching, it meant that you had a student sit in the back row of your classroom, kind of talking, kind of interrupting the class. So definitely lots of things have changed in the last year or so. But once again, today, I'm honored to join Assemblymember Cervantes in sharing our great appreciation for the excellence of these outstanding teachers being honored today. There's a well-known quote about education that says, teaching is the profession that teaches all other professions. Teachers, I'm sure that you will have students in your classes later this month that will share dreams of being a YouTube star or being an electric car designer or an esports champion. And the truth is, none of these career opportunities existed when we were in school or when I was a teacher. And so in essence, we're not only teaching students to become leaders, we are teaching them to become innovative in this new world. And our schools need educators like each of you who are ready to face anything that stands in the way of the successes of our students. John F. Kennedy once stated, leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. So no matter their hopes and dreams, students know that they have a champion in their corner every time that they enter your classroom. And with that, our educational system and community, they need leaders like each of you who believe in our students so that they can believe in themselves. In the last year, we've had students like Zubin and Tanzine Carvalho from the Hemet Unified School District who took what they learned in their 3D printing classes and created and donated more than 20,000 face shields and safety glasses for frontline workers. Students like the nearly 1,500 youngsters in our first ever virtual student art exhibitions who created original poems, drawings, and performed amazing musical renditions in honor of Mental Health Month, and it was just phenomenal. And also, students like the class of 2021, Omar Bahena, Antonio Milan, and Elizabeth Esteban, who earned full ride scholarships to schools like UCLA, Stanford, and Harvard. And so all of our student successes are predicated on our amazing teachers. You help our students believe, you help our students to dream that their future, their life is truly worth fighting for. In short, your commitment to teaching over the last year has been reflective of your desire to be that beacon of excellence for your students, your colleagues, and your community. So a big thank you to all of our amazing teachers. Let's give them a nice round of applause. And as I'm about to close, I'm also thankful for the community members who nominated these excellent educators for their service to students. The more our community is connected to our schools, the greater the benefit for our students and their future. So in closing, I want to thank Assemblymember Cervantes once again for your commitment to our students and to the ongoing support of educators in the 60th District of the Western Riverside County. My sincerest gratitude to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gomez, for those words and for taking time out of your day to join us. I could not agree more that we all have been impacted just so profoundly by teachers in our lives who teachers have made a significant contribution to our society, and they have lifelong impact on all of their students. And so teaching is certainly a profession that I personally have so much respect for. And so again, we as a society owe so much to teachers, especially those who go above and beyond for our children every day. Each of you are being honored. Each of you are not only being honored today, but I want you to know that you have been nominated by members of our community, demonstrating your dedication to provide the best for your students. Your service to the community is priceless, and I hope that the tokens of appreciation that my office has provided demonstrates that fact. Each of you have received a certificate of recognition along with a personalized treat from one of our local small businesses here in the city of EASTVALE. After I introduce each honoree, you're invited to say a few words in response to the question, what does teaching mean to you? Now, without further ado, I'd like to begin our presentation of awards. The first honoree is Brittany Appleby. Brittany is a product of Corona NORCO Unified School District, currently teaching chemistry at NORCO High School. She graduated from Cal Baptist in 2015, where she spent much of her spare time as a laboratory teaching assistant in biology and chemistry. She is a past recipient of the Crystal Apple Award. Miss Appleby and her husband met at NORCO High School and are raising their 2 children here in Southern California, close to their family and lifelong friends. Congratulations, Brittany. If you can share with us, what does teaching mean to you?
Thank you so much.
Hi, Brittany. We lost your microphone. We may need to come back to Brittany, Assembly Member.
Okay, we will do that. So Brittany, just cue us in the chat when we're able to come back to you. Thank you so much for letting us know. Let me go ahead and move quickly here to the next honoree. We have Dr. RACHELL AULD. Dr. RACHELL AULD is in her 8th year teaching within Corona Norco Unified School District and is currently teaching honors career technical education courses in both pathology and infectious disease for the biomedical pathways at EASTVALE STEM Academy. Prior to her teaching career, Dr. Auld completed her clinical doctorate in general medicine at the Western University of Health Sciences in Pomona, California. Dr. Auld was intrigued by medicine. She longed for a setting where she could make a difference in the lives of individuals much earlier than when she saw patients in the disease state as a physician. So after much contemplation and conversations with family, she walked away from medicine to begin her career in education. Thank you so much, Dr. Auld, for your years of service to CNUSD, and would like to now pose that same question to you. What does teaching mean to you?
Oh, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate all of the support. Teaching means a great deal to me, but I would like to focus on one aspect in particular, and that is this. Education is not a one-way street, right? I mean, through curriculum, we as teachers convey concepts to students, but students imprint upon us as well. Students have inspired me to regularly push boundaries of my current understanding. I have learned that the diversity of their interests are wide, their perspectives are rich, their opinions are justified. And in contrast to my previous profession where I used to see patients, now instead I learn patience. And at the end of the day, it is my biggest hope that the efforts of our STEM team simply make a difference. And so it's wonderful to hear that they have. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those words. Certainly so impactful and meaningful. Appreciate what that means to you. So profound. Next, we have Janiece Bailey. Janiece has been teaching English at RUBIDOUX High School for the past 12 years. She went to the University of California, Riverside on a full volleyball scholarship and received her Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Studies. She grew up in the Imperial Valley and decided in the 4th grade that she wanted to become a teacher. At that time, she was diagnosed with the heart virus and admitted into the hospital for 2 weeks. Her 4th grade teacher visited her several times after school and brought snacks, books, and games. Janiece was in awe that her teacher cared about her even outside of the classroom. It made a positive impact in her life, and she knew she wanted to do the same for so many other students. Janiece met her husband, Brian Bailey, at RUBIDOUX High School. They have 5 amazing children and feel blessed to both be teaching at RUBIDOUX High School. Congratulations, Janiece. What does teaching mean to you?
Thank you so much, Assembly Member. It means that I am always learning and adapting. I learn from my students, my colleagues, and I continue to strive to be the best teacher that I can be. It means that I'm willing and able to adapt to any situation, whether it means changing a lesson on the spot because it's not going exactly as I planned or as well as I had hoped. It means switching into distance learning when we were not expecting that and not expecting it for the length of time that we did. It means taking the time to get to know your students, building a rapport with them so that you can better meet their individual needs. And it is having the belief that all students can learn without limits and being able to find those ways to ensure student success.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Janice.
Thank you.
Our next honoree, we have Miguel Capipin. Miguel is a teacher here within our school district at McCloughy Elementary. And as a teacher of color, Miguel strives to advance equity for students of color, both in his classroom and in public education. Miguel graduated from Centennial High School and received his BA from the California State University, Fullerton. Miguel was born in the Philippines, where his grandmother was a teacher in her small town for 40 years. Seeing the impact of her work on the lives of her students inspired Miguel to become a teacher. His family immigrated to the United States in 1995, and they have lived in the Inland Empire since then. Miguel and his wife, Georgina, just welcomed their first child this past April. Congratulations, Miguel. Continue to keep up the great work, and would now like to ask you, what does teaching mean to you?
Thank you so much, Assemblymember Cervantes and Dr. Gomez, and thank you for all the support and the recognition. That question, my answer to that question has evolved throughout the years that I've been teaching, but recently I can honestly say that teaching, what it means to me is being able to represent my community, represent the students of color that I've met throughout the years at my school, being able to represent them and to attend to all their needs and to make sure that everyone is on equitable ground when they're being provided with education, and just making a difference in their lives. And also, and now with my daughter, just being a role model for her. So that's really what teaching means to me at this moment.
Thank you so much for sharing that, and so glad that you have your daughter with you today. It's so beautiful to see, our families joining us and seeing your achievements as well.
Thank you.
Our next honoree is Monet Gascon. Monet is a first grade teacher at Reach Leadership STEM Academy. Monet has been teaching elementary school for 9 years, but has been in the education field for over 15 years. One of Monet's favorite quotes is, "Success isn't about how much money you make, it's about the difference you make in people's lives," which is why one of Monet's greatest joys is to see students' eyes light up with excitement when learning something new and helping to build their future. I certainly do like that quote as well. Monet, thank you so much for that. I understand that we are not able to have Monet with us this morning, but congratulations on all of your achievements, and continue to light up your students' eyes. I'd like to now introduce our next honoree, Laura Gonzalez. Growing up, she attended schools in the Jurupa Unified School District, studied at the University of California, Riverside, where she obtained a degree in liberal studies and a multiple subject teaching credential, and later obtained a Master of Education in elementary education degree through the Grand Canyon University. She returned to the Jurupa Unified School District as a teacher in 1998. During the course of her 23 years in JUSD, she has had the privilege of serving students and their families, in addition to collaborating with many colleagues in the roles of as a classroom teacher, instructional coach, and literacy support teacher. For Laura, each year brings new challenges, opportunities for growth, and a joy that comes from serving students and helping them unlock their true amazing potential. Laura is also a mother of 2 precious children who inspire her each day to learn, grow, and serve others. Laura, what does teaching mean to you?
Thank you so much for this opportunity to come together and thank everyone as a community of educators for this huge role that we have. This, for me, being a teacher is a calling. It's an opportunity to do my part to help our children learn how to fully let their lights shine. I have been blessed to have my 2 children, my nieces, my nephews, and the students I've been blessed to work with for the past 23 years show me daily how courageous, creative, kind, and strong they are. And if I can do even just a little to help them develop their skills, their strengths, to learn to persevere despite the great struggles that we face, and if I can do my part to help them know that our world is better because of each of them, then I'm truly thankful. Thank you.
So wonderful. Thank you so much for those words, and congratulations. Our next honoree is Heather LIGHTLE. Heather is in her 3rd year of teaching at CLARA BARTON Elementary School. After graduating from Cal State Fullerton, she worked on campus for 12 years in the Physical Therapy and Sports Rehabilitation Department and taught in the Department of Kinesiology. Realizing her passion for education, she earned her teaching credential and began teaching. As a Southern California native, she has not strayed far from her roots. Ms. LIGHTLE currently lives in Corona with her husband and 2 amazing children. They enjoy spending time outside together, biking and hiking. While she was not able to make it with us today and joining us this morning, we're happy to honor her hard work and her commitment to education. Our next honoree, we have Julie Mendoza. Julie Mendoza has worked at Vicencia Elementary since 1997. She completed her BA at CSU San Bernardino in 1994, then went on to acquire a teaching credential and a master's degree from Chapman University. Over the years, Julie has founded an art club, advised Kiwanis kids with community projects, served as a CNTA union representative, as well as many other leadership roles. Born and raised in the Circle City, Julie Mendoza has always been proud to call Corona her home. After attending Corona schools, Julie graduated a proud partner from Corona High and later married her husband, a Panther from Corona High, and later married her husband, Mark Mendoza. When she is not teaching, Julie enjoys traveling, reading, and painting. Congratulations, Julie. I would like to ask you, what does teaching mean to you?
You would think by now I would have all this Zoom stuff down. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I want to congratulate all the other teachers. I think teaching means to me mainly is to convey to my kids that it doesn't matter where you came from, it just matters where you're going and that you get there. And in that, I hope I give my kids the tools, the hope, that spark of curiosity and the inspiration that they're going to need to be successful so they can make their mark on the world.
Thank you so much for that. Our next honoree is Kathleen Magana. Kathleen has been a teacher at Garrettson Elementary for 23 years and currently teaches 5th grade. Kathleen attended California State University, San Bernardino, earning a Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Studies and Psychology and a Master's of Arts in Education. Her 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Fuller, solidified her decision to become a teacher. Mrs. Fuller supported Kathleen through enriching academic experiences that she still provides today for her students and student teachers that she has guided throughout the years. Kathleen believes that education is the key to success and was named 2021 CNUSD Teacher of the Year and 2022 Riverside County Teacher of the Year. Kathleen currently resides in Corona with her husband and 3 children, all of whom attended Garrettson Elementary and now attend middle and high school in CNUSD. Congratulations, Kathleen, for all of your achievements, and I would like to ask you, what does teaching mean to you? I believe, there we go. It's still unmuted.
I
Wonderful.
forgot to unmute. So first of all, thank you so much for the recognition of this honor and this award. So being a teacher is my greatest passion in life. I know that there's no greater asset than the value of having an education. And my goal is to instill that in each of my students, for them to know the value of their education, that it's something that can never be taken from them. I hope to guide them to become critical thinkers and believe and know that education is the key to success. There's no other profession that I'd rather have than being a teacher. Again, I have so much joy and passion, and I always want all my students to know how much I love them, I care about them, and I care about their success through life, their journey through life. So I believe in setting high expectations for every student, because I know every student can be successful, and I do teach with all of my heart. So thank you for this recognition.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kathleen. Our next honoree is Blanca Preciado.
Oh, that was so scary.
Blanca is an English teacher at Mission Middle School. She attended school in the Rupa Unified School District and received her degree from UC Riverside. Go Highlanders. We have a lot of UC Riverside graduates here. For Blanca, teaching is an opportunity to help the next generation of students thrive and work to live their true potential. Her parents immigrated from Jalisco in 1960s to California, where they worked tirelessly to raise their 4 sons and 6 daughters. Blanca, I would like to ask you, what does teaching mean to you?
First, I want to say thank you for this opportunity, and that it's a pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Cervantes, and to whoever nominated us. This is such gratitude for that. Very grateful. But teaching is about making connections. It's about making personal connections. As a child, I was impacted by so many loving hearts. And I think for me, you know, those loving hearts guided me, they mentored me. And now as an educator, I have that responsibility to pay it forward, to fill the needs of my students in their own personal journey of life by encouraging them, mentoring them, believing in them, and most importantly, guiding them so that they can see their potential and they can live their purpose in life. So that's why teaching continues to be a very important aspect of my life. Thank you.
Congratulations, Ms. Preciado. So wonderful to have you with us and for you to be recognized.
Thank you very much.
Our next honoree is Maisha Lavelle Pruitt. Maisha Lavelle Pruitt is a Southern California native who has taught every level from first grade to college since 1998. Maisha has 4 teaching credentials and currently teaches family and consumer science at Villegas Middle School. Teaching is her calling. Not only does she dedicate her time to teaching and test preparation, but also as an advisor for family, career, and community leaders of America, where Maisha's students compete at the local and national levels. Her work, she works hard to ensure her classes are accessible to students of all backgrounds and abilities, and loves that her students will remember and use the things they learn in class throughout their entire lives to bless their families as well as communities. Thank you so much, Maisha. Congratulations to you. What does teaching mean to you?
I first want to start by saying that thank you so much for this acknowledgement and award. This has been the most difficult year of my teaching career for sure. And so this acknowledgement means a lot. I teach family consumer sciences, which is skills for living and making a living. And especially during the pandemic, the skills that we teach in our classes, sewing, cooking, budgeting, being creative, practical, all of those things have supported my students and their families throughout this difficult time. I've had students sew masks for first responders and collect supplies and food to cook and take care of their families while their parents had to work. So it's been amazing to see the things that I'm teaching every day in action. And so I'm so blessed to be able to teach what I teach and to be able to touch students and families.
That's so wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that. The impact, again, it's just so profound. Now I'd like to recognize our next honoree, Sean Robinson. Sean has been teaching for 15 years and currently teaches government and U.S. history at Eleanor Roosevelt High School. He earned his bachelor's degree in history and his master's of education from UC Riverside. Sean was born and raised in Corona and is married to his wife, Kimberly, and has two sons, Nolan and Calvin. He loves to travel, experience new cultures, and try new food. He has a passion for history and politics and strives to share that passion with others. Congratulations, Mr. Sean Robinson. Would like to ask you, what does teaching mean to you?
Oh, well, first of all, thank you for this honor and thanks for all you do for the community, Assembly Member, and thanks for your trips to Roosevelt High School. I hope you keep coming. When I was in high school, I didn't like school like at all. When my alarm clock went off, it was like the worst part of my day, and I just like dreaded getting up and dealing with teachers until I had that one teacher who really sparked a fire in me. He was so authentic and interesting, and I really looked forward to going to his class, and it started to make me look forward to going to all my classes. And so that experience really shaped me, that the way you can have a connection with a teacher can really change the way you feel about schooling and alter your path in a positive way. So I try to make my class engaging and interesting and talking about real life issues. And teaching means shaping the future voters of this country. And I know it's not easy right now in this current political environment. And I worry about how divided our country is, but the kids are so amazing and caring, and they give me hope for the future. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. Our next honoree is Rachelle Rowe. Rachelle has just finished her 27th year of teaching, both at the elementary school and middle school level. Ms. Rowe earned her Bachelor's of Science in Criminal Justice at Cal State Long Beach and a multiple subject teaching credential and supplementary math credential at UC Riverside, and her MS Admin credential at National University in Educational Administration. Ms. Rowe has been blessed to work with an amazing staff at both the middle school and elementary school. Congratulations, Ms. Rachelle Rowe. What does teaching mean to you?
Thank you for having me. To me, teaching is not only about teaching math and trying to get the students to love it as much as I do, but also providing a safe place for students to learn and excel. It's my hope by becoming a class that the students love to come to, even if they don't love math, that it fosters that learning process and growing as a student.
Thank you so much for those words and congratulations. Our next honoree is Ramona Sanchez. Ramona began teaching 32 years ago and has enjoyed a wonderful experience of teaching many different students. She currently teaches at Mission Bell Elementary. Since receiving her credential and master's in education, she has been seeking opportunities to serve and advocate for the students and families of the Jurupa community. Over the years, she has worked alongside other teachers to offer parent programs such as Café Literalo, Latino literacy, and workshops to share information and strategies. In addition, she is an active participant in her teacher association as past elementary director and chair of the PACT. I also want to take a moment, a personal privilege, to also thank Mrs. Sanchez for always inviting me, just myself, but also my team to your classroom to speak to the students and highlight the work that we do every day in state government. But it's always a pleasure to visit all of our schools whenever we are invited. But I want to just take a moment to also highlight the work that you do within the Jurupa community as well. So congratulations, Ramona. Thank you so much for all that you do in impacting the lives of so many students. I'd like to ask you, what does teaching mean to you?
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Assembly Member Cervantes. I think my video, it doesn't matter. Being a teacher gives me the opportunity to work with students, families, community members and leaders as yourself. I share the joy of learning with children every day. I recognize and use their culture, their language, and their home experiences in my daily classroom practice that will affirm their identity. I take opportunities to engage parents and encourage participation as partners in their children's education. And I really value bringing others into this partnership. I invite community members and leaders to know and join us as readers, mentors, and donating their time and resources that we can share with the kids. I collaborate with the brilliant teachers at Mission Bell and the other teachers in my district and the Teachers Association of NEA Harupa. I am honored to spend my days with my students, to meet their families and encourage and motivate and celebrate throughout the year. I invite all persons of the community to join us in these exciting adventures. I know that we're better with all of the participation of others, and I thank you so much for this opportunity, Assembly Member.
Congratulations again. Now, our next honoree, we have Dr. Sheena Sharma. Dr. Sharma is an English teacher with Colton High School. She graduated from the University of California, Riverside with her Bachelor's of Arts in English and Master's of Education. While working full-time as a teacher, she began her doctoral program with Brandman University, completed her dissertation to receive her Doctorate of Education in 2018. Thank you so much, Dr. Sharma, and congratulations. And thank you so much for the work that you do within our education community. What does teaching mean to you?
Thank you, Assembly Member. Teaching is an opportunity to empower young people to find their voice in their communities. It means to be of service to others and to inspire hope and optimism in the next generation. Most of all, as a teacher, I get to help students believe in their own abilities and really grow into their own potential. Every day in this profession is an inspiring one because I get to work with amazing students and educators. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sharma, and congratulations. Our next honoree is Donna Taylor. Donna teaches first grade at Valley View Elementary in Riverside. She earned a bachelor's degree in theater arts from California State University, Fullerton, and a multiple subject cross-cultural language and academic development teaching credential from California State University, San Bernardino. In her free time, Donna directs 2 children's choirs and leads a children's drama group, all of which perform throughout the school year at community-related functions such as the Festival of Lights, Knott's Berry Farm, the Ronald McDonald House, and senior homes within the Inland Empire. She carves out quality time for the things she loves most: family, theater arts, do-it-yourself projects, and reading and listening to a variety of musical genres. Arts education is so important. I could not agree more with that. Thank you so much, Donna. Congratulations. What does teaching mean to you?
One of my favorite quotes is by Marian Edelman. It reads, "Education is for improving the lives of others and for leaving your community and world better than you found it." With that quote in mind, I believe teaching means facilitating growth so that students leave my classroom better than they were before. Better readers, better mathematicians, better critical thinkers, more tolerant, more confident, kinder, happier, and with a greater desire to make the world a better place. That's what teaching means to me.
Thank you so much, Ms. Donna Taylor. So wonderful to hear. Let me quickly go back to our first honoree, who I believe is ready. We have Miss Brittany Appleby on standby.
Can
yes,
you hear?
wonderful. Yes, we can hear
Okay,
you.
good. Oh, All
Well,
right.
congratulations again. I want to ask you, what does teaching mean to you? If you can share with us. I think the mic, we heard you for a moment and I think it went out again. Apologize sometimes with technology. Well, listen, I just want to say congratulations, and feel free to drop what does teaching mean to you in the chat box and we can read it out loud. Our next honoree is Kathleen Young Tejeda. Kathleen teaches at La Sierra High School. Not only has she worked as a teacher, but as a parent volunteer, paraeducator, club advisor, school site council member, and co-department chair. She currently serves as the advisor for the Sign Language Club and co-advisor for the GSA and Friendship Society. Kathleen strives to provide her students with a safe space for open dialogue. Thank you so much, Kathleen. Congratulations. What does teaching mean to you?
I once had one of my high school students ask me what I did for a living after a long discussion about jobs. They looked genuinely curious and I was very surprised. So I told them, I'm your teacher, I'm teaching you right now. And they looked at me in disbelief. They told me that, Miss T, you have way too much doing this for this to be your job. Jobs are not fun. And then that's when our serious discussion began. Because from their perspectives, jobs were things that you do for money, not enjoyment. I was very clear to them that jobs are not always fun, but that there should always be elements of personal joy and satisfaction in the work that we do. And I was living proof that you could do what you love and get paid for it. And for me, that's what teaching is. It's helping students change their perspectives, to think beyond what they know, to question themselves and others. For me, being a teacher is to help students identify their separate parts of themselves to create a whole of who they want to be. And I get to be a teacher and have the pleasure of doing that for them every day.
So wonderful to hear. Thank you so much for sharing that story. Our next honoree is Benjamin Williams. Benjamin Williams has been teaching in public school in California for 11 years and currently teaches at NORCO High School. He received a Bachelor's of Science in Physics from NSU, an MS in Physics from LA Tech, and spent 8 years doing additional graduate work in physics education at UC San Diego and San Diego State University. Benjamin is an active member of his teachers union and the Corona NORCO Teachers Association, where he serves on the bargaining team. Benjamin was born and raised in Louisiana, but has been a proud Californian for 20 years. Congratulations, Mr. Williams. Thank you for all that you do in the education realm. Would like to pose a question. What does teaching mean to you?
Thank you so much, Assemblymember Cervantes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. Well, thank you, Assemblymember Cervantes and Dr. Gomez. I appreciate it very much. For me, teaching is all about listening. Students have incredibly valuable ideas that teachers can build on, and it requires humility not to make unwarranted assumptions about what students think. To serve our students, we teachers work to ask the right questions, and we work to take the time to understand and value the ideas that students bring to the table. I am thankful every day for the opportunity to learn with the wonderful students in our community. I am also thankful for the opportunity to support my fellow educators in the Corona NORCO Teachers Association, because strong unions support student learning and help us retain the best teachers. Just as we classroom teachers teach best when we listen carefully to our students, our local communities and school boards support our teachers best when we all value what teachers have to say about how to improve classrooms for our students. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and congratulations again. Our next and last honoree for today is Michelle Wilden. Michelle has been a teacher in the Corona NORCO Unified School District, teaching 2nd, 3rd, 6th grade at Lincoln Fundamental Elementary School for 20 years. Ms. Wilden has been Teacher of the Year for Lincoln Alternative and has mentored a number of student teachers over the years. She helped her district by creating virtual math lessons for teachers at her grade level this last year while teachers were teaching remotely. Thank you so much, Ms. Wielden. While she was not able to attend the ceremony this morning, we're glad to honor her for all of her hard work. Congratulations. In closing, I would like to once again congratulate each of you this morning for all of your work and for transforming the lives of our students, of our children every single day. I just want to, this moment is so deserving of all your efforts and acknowledgement. And this is just a small token of appreciation, but know that you are loved in our communities and you have endured so much. So have our families and children over this last 15 plus months, but just want to say thank you. And I appreciate all the hard work that you do. Thank you for joining us for this special event for each of you. And I hope that your families are able to be with you and just applaud your work as well. But I want to just say this concludes our ceremony today. Again, thank you for Dr. Gomez for joining us to celebrate each of you. Please do not hesitate to reach out to my office. My district office is in the city of Corona. If we can be of any assistance to you and to the families and children that you do serve. Once again, congratulations. And this does conclude our ceremony for today.